Hello, I'm pleased to be able to talk to you today about the International Charter Space and Major Disasters. My name is Mike Budde. I'm a geographer with the U.S. Geological Survey, and I'm the USGS liaison to the International Charter. I also function as an authorized user for the U.S., meaning that I'm able to activate the Charter on behalf of both U.S. and non-U.S. interests when necessary. So in terms of the presentation agenda, I'll provide you with some background of the Charter, discuss how we're organized and identify our primary stakeholders. Then I'll describe two case studies where I'll illustrate some of the products and information we're able to provide for disaster management, and finally discuss challenges, opportunities, and key messages moving forward. So the International Charter is an agreement among satellite operators from several countries to provide satellite data in the event of major disasters. It was founded in 1999 following the Unispace 3 conference. The founding members were the European Space Agency, ESA, and the French Space Agency, CNES. Soon after, the Canadian Space Agency, CSA, joined the Charter, and it was declared operational in November of 2000. So we're excited this year to be celebrating 20 years of serving the disaster response community. And we do this by providing access to multiple satellite constellations. Image data, very important point, is offered for free. There's no cost to the user. Access for satellite tasking. And we provide both pre-event and post-event acquisitions for disaster response. So the Charter is comprised of 17 agencies. Each of the agencies provide an executive secretariat member, a board member, and a communications member. The Executive Secretariat is essentially the operational arm of the Charter. The board is responsible for making final decisions related to Charter functions and priorities, and the communications group deals with outreach activities. Our primary goal is for the Charter to assist disaster management agencies with geospatial data and information. We address a number of different kinds of disasters. Events can be either man-made or natural. Recent man-made events that the Charter has responded to include the oil spill in Mauritius and the industrial accident recently in Lebanon. But by far, natural events are the majority of activations that we respond to. You'll see here how those activations are distributed spatially on the left. The darker blue dots are the flood and ocean wave events. The lighter blue are storm and hurricane. These two events make up over 60% of the Charter activations that we respond to. So our stakeholders and capacity development. Stakeholders include disaster management agencies from all levels of government, but primarily at the national level. And in terms of capacity building, the Charter offers training on Charter operations to end users, familiar with the process so that they can become familiar with the process and know where to go for the information they need. The Charter also offers data processing and mapping support through various value-added providers. And all of the information that the Charter produces is provided on a Charter website, which also includes a Charter operational system known as COS2. This is for managing disaster events and is only accessible through a password protection for those people responding to the event, meaning project managers, the authorized user who initiated the event, and the end users and value-added providers. So there have been hundreds of activations over the last few years, but I just wanted to highlight a couple of recent events. The Kilauea earthquake and eruptions that occurred for several days in May of 2018 resulted in over 60 individual map products being produced by the Charter. The Sentinel-2 image that you see here on the left shows several lava flows originating from a line of fissures, each of which was hundreds of meters long. The image on the right shows a lava flow moving through a residential area. Gary Fisher, a member of the National Civil Applications Center, commented that the frequency and quantity of collections allowed daily mapping of the lava spread. Another more recent example is that of Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas. On September 1st, Hurricane Dorian struck the Bahamas as a Category 5 hurricane, caused extensive infrastructure damage to the Great Abaco and the Grand Bahama Island. You'll see on the left the image that was developed within 24 hours of the charter being activated. It's a grading map of infrastructure damage. It shows the inset there, shows the individual structures and roads that are color-coded and classified as possibly damaged or destroyed. One structure that was damaged included a coastal refinery where it was feared oil might have damaged the marine environment. So radar data from our South Korea charter members, shown here on the right, were used to assess that no suspected marine oil signatures were observed. So sometimes what you don't find is equally as important as what you can see in the imagery. So in terms of challenges, gaps, and opportunities, timely response is certainly a challenge. The charter has made great strides through our operational system for managing disaster events so that the timeliness is greatly improved. We have automatic notifications to all of those responding to the disaster to avoid any limitations due to standard email issues or contact via phone. Communication and collaboration, I can see these being considered both a gap and an opportunity. With several agencies being involved in disaster response, there is a need to better communicate to minimize redundancies and collaborate on the data and information sharing to the degree that data policies allow. So in summary, space technologies can deliver key information that brings benefit to the planning and implementation of disaster relief operations. The charter continues to grow. We've responded to 650 plus disasters since 2000 in more than 125 countries worldwide. We're expanding our user base by promoting universal access from in-country disaster management organizations, giving them the ability to activate the charter on their own behalf and not relying on an outside entity. Another thing that we're moving forward with is the idea of a processing platform that links directly to our operational system where imagery is stored so that users can come in and generate value-added products such as flood inundation, damage assessments, without having to download the data to their specific locations, machines, or servers. So I thank you very much for the opportunity to share our work with you today, and I'll be glad to answer any questions when we come to the question and answer portion. Thanks again.